Hello, my name's Rosie and I am one of the founders of FASE. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. I want to talk today a little bit about my own journey into music production and explain a little bit of the twists and turns that it has taken as a way to maybe demystify the progression and the path that you can take into music production. So my story, I suppose, starts just over 10 years ago when I done my degree in music, and I moved down to London at the age of 22 with an intention of doing music full time. And throughout the last 10 years, I have been in and out of the studio, recording albums and EPs, going on tour, doing all of this good stuff. Throughout this entire time, I've had a very clear vision of what I want in terms of my music, of how I want it to sound, of what kind of instrumentation I want on there, of exactly what genre I want to be in, of how I would like the listener to feel when they hear my songs. So when we take this into a studio format, before COVID, in the studio with musicians, I never had a set band. I've always hired in session musicians. So I would approach people with a demo and with a lead sheet and with a little bit of information about the feel and the idea and the concept of the song. We would then take all that information into the studio and I would be present with every single musician, quite literally at times right next to them in the live room, as they found the guitar tone that we both liked, as they sculpted phrases, melodic passages that I felt were applicable to that particular piece in the song, that part of the song. I didn't realise what I was doing this whole time was being a music producer. I didn't realise that my vision was the driving force of everyone in the room, every person in the room. Also, they were also being bankrolled by me too, which helps when you want someone to do different thing. However, being in the studio and having that vision and obtaining that vision and getting to that space and everyone being happy was my music production style. That was the way I operated. I didn't realise that's what I was doing. I didn't realise that because I was not around other women, other people like me that were doing that. And also because I found it very difficult to feel respected and to feel like I fit in that environment. I would get called bossy. I've been called a bully. I've been called arrogant. One time I got called a slave driver by a mixing engineer who I had hired to come in and mix. Not even mix, sorry, an audio engineer to come in and track the instruments that we were using. So being around that environment was really difficult for me to actualise myself and to really embody who I thought I wanted to be and trial and error and experience it. So now we're outside of that environment. We're no longer, for me as well, in the UK. I'm from Scotland, in case you couldn't tell. But I'm no longer in a studio. I'm here in my studio, in my home, working remotely. It's only been since the start of 2020, since the beginning of lockdown, that I realised what I do is music production. And now that I'm not in a studio, I'm producing every track in the piece, more or less, even if I'm being sent stems from somewhere else. That is, by definition, being a music producer. So I wanted to share that because I know that a lot of people sometimes struggle to understand A, what music production is, and B, if what they're doing is music production. My opinion, my personal opinion, is that if you have a creative vision and you are making the creative decisions to get to that space, then you're being a music producer, and that's what you're making. That's your job role. So thank you for watching. Thanks for letting me share that with you as well. Please do join FASE if you are a music producer and you identify as a woman, non-binary, trans, gender fluid, gender expansive. We are a safe space, an open space, a welcome space for anybody who wants to connect with other music producers. We're also launching a podcast soon. We have events coming up, and we've got tutorials on this very YouTube channel, so please keep your eye out for them. One was done last week by Jen, who's the co-founder of FASE. Join us over on Facebook in our private Facebook community. We'd love to have you there. Come and say hello, let us know that you watched this, and yeah, let's connect with each other. And until next week, see you later. Thank you, bye.